Hi, I'm Christine Trumbull, and this is Basecamp, where we help you clear the overwhelm and grow your business to the next level. Today, I'm going to do my weekly book review on this book by Gallup, and that's the people that take all the statistics. It's called First, Break All the Rules: What the World's Greatest Managers Do Differently. It's about what really separates great managers from okay or even poor managers. And quite frankly, I mean, think back, how many really bad managers have you worked for? There are a lot of them out there, but there are quite a few that are excellent. And if you can get a manager to really excel at managing the people below him or her, it can really have an impact on your business. I really liked this book a lot when I first started reading it, because it's validating. It really it spoke to me and validated my feelings that a lot of what I've been talking about over the years, and a lot of the way I deal with people and manage people is the way they do it and the way they recommend doing it. So I was like, I got one. So I was pretty happy about that. The other thing that I really liked was the analogy that they used in this psychology of employees. They use the analogy of climbing a mountain, which is the same thing I do with Basecamp, camps, and Summit. So the psychology of the employees was developed after asking hundreds of questions to millions of employees and narrowing down to 12 very specific and pertinent questions. And from these questions, depending upon how certain questions in certain stages are answered, is going to tell you the strength of the workplace. That's pretty important and valuable information. So the first stage is Basecamp, and that's when the employee is first hired, brand new, and that stage is, what do I get? And it's not about, gimme. It's about what is expected of me, what tools and training and education am I going to get in order to perform my job to the best of my ability. So there's about 3 or 4 questions in each stage, and there's some in there. And if you can answer all of them positively, you move on to the next stage, and that's Camp 1. And that's, what do I give? And that's where they've learned enough and understand their job well enough, and they have a chance to do really good work, get recognized for it, and they really seem to care about their job and how they do it and how they perform it. And again, positive answers to all of those questions, you move up to Camp 2. And that's, do I belong here? And it's not about, do I fit in, or any high school thing. It's very much about, does my opinion count? If I give my opinion, does it count? Does it matter? You don't necessarily have to take my opinion, but do you listen to it, and does it matter to you? Do my fellow employees, are they committed to doing a quality job? I'm sure, we've all been in a position where, either it's just us or a handful of us are all we actually give a shit about doing a good job, but the rest of the company doesn't really care, or your immediate area doesn't care. So if they can answer, again, positively in that stage to all of the questions in that stage, they move up to Camp 3, which is, how can we all collectively, how can we all grow? This is when innovation starts happening, and there's a genuine desire by everybody to learn and to make all of the systems even better, to make the product even better, the services even better, to make the company as a whole even better. Now, does this start sounding like something you might like in your business? You might like your employees to start. Wouldn't that be cool if all of our employees were innovated and actively looking for ways to make things better? So when they are answering positively to all 12 questions, they have summited, or they've reached the top. And that's when focus is clear. There's a recurring sense of achievement, and everyone is thrilled at the challenge of coming to work. Have you ever been thrilled at the challenge of coming to work? I mean, personally for me, I do now. I like what I do. Very few jobs have I been at where I actually was thrilled at the challenge of coming to work, especially as a lower level employee being managed by somebody. So if you can get your employees to that point, then Imagine what you can get them to do for you. Imagine how much better going to work is going to be. Imagine how much more you're going to get done. Imagine how faster you're going to grow. The rest of that's about the first quarter of the book. The rest of the book goes on to tell you about the steps that great managers take in order to manage once they understand the psychology of where their employees are. And one thing that I absolutely want to note is that again, this was another piece of validation for me. The great managers manage towards strengths. They don't try to fix weaknesses. And that was a big premise of this book. And it's something that I believe in firmly. It's very demeaning. And I'm sure, most of you can relate when somebody tries to fix what's wrong with us instead of promoting our strengths. So the great managers manage towards strength and do not try to necessarily fix all of the weaknesses. So imagine, what if you could have the business of your dreams? If you would like to know more about how to work with your teams, let's schedule a call today.